top on, bro. I don't got shit to say. Like, they keep saying shit about you, though, on bees.
I'm at the bank.
Why would you say that, bro?
Well, they need to get off your top.
The internet is crashing harder than a toddler on a sugar rush because Chrisean Rock has officially stumbled into a scandal so wild, so chaotic, so brain-melting that even the Kardashians would look at this storyline and say, yeah, that's too messy for us. It all started when the streets found out her 19-year-old husband wasn't just causing drama. At home, he allegedly dragged her straight into a full-blown bank fraud scheme like he was auditioning for a low-budget crime movie. And the wildest part, the police didn't stroll in. They moved in quick, like they had been practicing the entrance in rehearsals. Social media didn't even get a chance to stretch before exploding into flames. People screamed, posted, argued, prayed, and sent voice notes with more emotion than a telenovela finale. The leak hit the timeline like a meteor. Screenshots, claims, receipts, accusations, it all came flying out at once, turning everyone into an overnight investigator. Suddenly, Chrisean wasn't trending for fights, music, or chaos. She was trending for being caught in a plot twist nobody ordered but everyone is now addicted to. And trust me, this scandal is so insane, so unbelievably dramatic. It's about to make everything you thought you knew about Chrisean look like a warm-up act. The moment this scandal leaked, it felt like the universe slammed the chaos button and walked away laughing. Chrisean Rock, who already lives life like she's trying to win an award for most unpredictable human, suddenly found herself wrapped in a storyline that would terrify even seasoned crime show writers. It began when rumors surfaced that her 19-year-old husband had quietly dipped his toes. Dived headfirst into a bank fraud operation. And instead of keeping his criminal curriculum vitae to himself, he pulled Chrisean right into the mess like she was his accidental business partner. The nerve, the boldness, the stupidity as the whispers grew louder. Fans initially thought it was just another exaggerated rumor cooked up by the internet. But then the first receipts surfaced. And suddenly, everyone's timeline turned into an investigation board. The screenshots didn't hint at fraud. They screamed it. Transaction logs, suspicious transfers, weird cash apps, and a trail that looked like someone trying to rob a bank using Google tutorials. People stared at the leak like ain't no way she let a teenager drag her into federal problems. But oh, the plot thickened faster than instant noodles. Social media exploded into chaotic hysteria. TikTok detectives started stitching videos faster than barbers fade hairlines. Twitter became a courtroom with users arguing, accusing, diagnosing, and narrating the scandal like they were billing over time. Instagram pages posted dramatized breakdowns with ominous music that made the story sound like a horror documentary. Everyone had questions. Who started it? Who knew? Who snitched? And how did a couple that can barely survive an argument end up in the kind of mess that requires lawyers, accountants, and maybe a pastor? Meanwhile, fans dragged out old clips of Chrisean bragging about loyalty, riding for her man, and being down for the wildest situations. Those clips resurfaced like prophetic warnings. "I'd do anything for my man," she once said. Well, apparently the universe took that literally and handed her an unexpected side quest called Federal Charges, the Marriage Edition. People laughed, cried, posted memes, and tweeted, "This can't be her storyline. Not like this." But, the scandal didn't stop there. As the leaks kept pouring in, insiders began whispering about how the teenager she calls her husband had been dipping in and out of questionable financial activities long before the relationship became public. Some claimed he had a hustle mindset, which is usually code for bad decisions with confidence. Others suggested he was trying to prove he could elevate their lifestyle. But the receipts painted a different picture, one where he made moves with the subtlety of a marching band. Multiple transfers with identical amounts, suspicious deposits, and financial patterns so sloppy even amateurs squinted at the details. Once Chrisean's name appeared anywhere near those transactions, the internet officially lost its collective mind. People treated her involvement like she willingly walked into a bank wearing a neon sign that said, "Fraud Department, ask me how." Fans argued that she was innocent, simply caught in the blast radius of her husband's foolishness. Others insisted she must have known. Something was off because the transactions were so suspicious they practically screamed, "Arrest me." The division grew louder, with supporters defending her like knights and critics roasting her like festival corn. The moment police reportedly got involved, the scandal cracked into a new level of insanity. Officers didn't move slowly. They didn't ask nicely. They rolled in with the speed and intensity of people who had been waiting for this moment like a season finale cliffhanger. Sources claim they began questioning associates, pulling records, examining accounts, and connecting dots that looked like they were drawn by a toddler with crayons. The phrase "police moving quick" wasn't an exaggeration. It was an understatement. They moved in like they had a coupon for half off. Arrests. The chaos intensified when fans began speculating about who tipped off the authorities. Some claimed the bank initiated the investigation. Others suspected an ex-friend with a grudge. And then there were the people who believed the husband panicked and accidentally gave himself away. No matter the theory, one thing was clear. The situation was spiraling into full criminal drama territory. And Chrisean was stuck in the middle like a confused lead character who didn't read the script before filming. Chrisean tried to maintain her composure publicly, but the stress was obvious. She posted cryptic messages, emotional rants, and occasional denialist statements that only made the public more suspicious. Fans said she sounded like a woman trying to convince herself more than anyone else. Her online behavior became a study in emotional turbulence, 1 hour high-energy confidence. The next hour, defensive confusion. The storyline felt like a twisted blend of romance, crime, comedy, and tragedy rolled into one social media explosion. Her husband, on the other hand, behaved like a character from a badly written crime series. Instead of laying low, he posted as if nothing was happening, dropping emojis, flexing chains, and acting completely oblivious to the fact that the internet was dissecting his financial history in real time. People compared him to those criminals who accidentally livestream their crimes, unaware the whole world is watching. His confidence wasn't admirable. It was concerning. And it made the situation 10 times worse. As more details surfaced, the internet began piecing together a timeline. The suspicious transactions allegedly occurred during a period when the couple claimed to be focused on family and healing. Fans dragged that statement so hard it needed a bandage. Healing, baby. The only thing being healed was their savings after these fraudulent transfers. Even casual observers were confused at how a couple that barely had stability managed to stumble into white-collar chaos like this. The storyline became a global conversation. Reaction pages posted updates every 10 minutes. Drama commentators stayed up all night connecting clues like they were working a real federal case. Even people who didn't follow Chrisean knew something was wrong when their timelines suddenly filled with phrases like bank scheme, financial misconduct, and police involvement. Chaos was so big it spilled outside entertainment circles and into regular news chats. And the craziest part, this was only the beginning. Rumors started swirling that more evidence existed, that the investigation was deeper than anyone realized, and that new revelations were still on the way. Fans wondered if this would turn into a massive legal battle, dramatic breakup, a public meltdown, or all three simultaneously. Because if there's one thing Chrisean is known for, it's unpredictability. When life throws her a scandal, she doesn't duck, she screams, reacts, runs, fights, cries, posts, and turns it into entertainment gold. Every eye stayed locked on her next move. Every page waited for the next twist. Every fan prayed, gossiped, speculated, and refreshed their screen like they were watching a live countdown to chaos. And deep down, everyone knew one truth. Whatever happened next would be even messier. The moment the scandal settled into the bloodstream of the internet, the reactions mutated into something beyond normal human behavior. People weren't just watching. They were spiritually invested like shareholders in a collapsing company. Memes erupted at a pace that made daylight savings look slow. TikTok editors turned the story into cinematic masterpieces, adding suspense, music, neon captions, and dramatic zoom-ins, like they were preparing trailers for a movie nobody agreed to fund. The internet was laughing, screaming, shocked, confused, entertained, and exhausted all at once. A full emotional buffet with no breaks. Celebrities couldn't resist dipping their toes in this boiling pot either. Rappers who haven't charted in a decade suddenly became financial analysts. Influencers posted cryptic messages like they had inside information when really they were just throwing glitter at nonsense. Reality stars who built careers on chaos commented with praying for her, as if they weren't screenshotting everything for their group chats. Even washed-up YouTubers emerged from retirement to hop on the drama wave. Somehow, Chrisean's scandal became the social media equivalent of Black Friday. Everyone wanted a piece. Everyone wanted a piece. As the fire grew brighter, old clips resurfaced where Chrisean talked about money management, loyalty, and trusting the wrong people. Fans watched those clips like biblical prophecy being fulfilled in real time. They stitched them into dramatic edits with captions like, "The signs were always there and she tried to warn herself." The internet behaved as if all these moments were puzzle pieces in a dark conspiracy. People treated her past mistakes as evidence, her jokes as clues, her rants as foreshadowing. The level of overanalysis reached spiritual heights, but nothing fueled the chaos more than the memes. One showed Chrisean dragging her husband away from a bank like an exhausted mother pulling a toddler from the candy aisle. Another had him sitting at a laptop with the caption, "Google, how to commit fraud without going to jail." A third placed them in orange jumpsuits photoshopped so badly it became instantly iconic. The creativity was unstoppable. People created fake movie posters, fake soundtracks, fake Netflix intros. The internet didn't just react, it produced a full illegal film festival in 24 hours. The twists kept coming, adding seasoning to an already overcooked plot. Alleged text messages surfaced, showing her husband bragging about having big moves coming up, though his idea of a big move looked more like a scam crafted by someone who skipped the tutorial. Screenshots floated around claiming he involved Chrisean intentionally, while others suggested he used her name behind her back like a side hustle. Each new detail created more confusion because nobody knew which leaks were real and which were cooked up by bored Twitter trolls. But the chaos was too delicious to ignore. Then came the celebrity reactions, and oh, they were wild. One rapper claimed he predicted this months ago, but offered no proof. Another influencer said she had warned Chrisean privately, but was ignored. A retired singer jumped in just to say, "This generation needs Jesus." As if her own career wasn't built on scandals that would make demons blush. These public statements added nothing to the truth, but everything to the entertainment value. It was like watching people audition for roles in a drama they weren't even cast in. Meanwhile, fans debated nonstop, acting like they were fighting for custody of the truth. Team Chrisean insisted she was an innocent victim dragged into chaos by a reckless teenage husband. Team Husband, which consisted of approximately 12 delusional users, defended him like he was a misunderstood genius. And then there was Team Drama, the largest faction who just wanted more plot twists, more leaks, more meltdown moments. These users didn't care about innocence or guilt, they simply wanted popcorn-worthy content. Chrisean's own reactions added gasoline to the fire. Her live videos were chaotic masterpieces filled with emotion, frustration, confidence, denial, and unexpected jokes that shouldn't have been funny but absolutely were. She jumped from one topic to another with the speed of a squirrel evading traffic. One second she was pleading for understanding, the next she was roasting trolls, and the next she was defending her choices with such conviction that fans questioned whether she understood the situation better than anyone else. Her unpredictability made every live an event. Her husband, though, behaved like he was living in an alternate universe where consequences were imaginary. He continued posting selfies, motivational captions, and random quotes as if he wasn't the center of a federal-level disaster. He acted like he was promoting a mixtape instead of being linked to bank fraud. People compared him to those students who smile confidently during exams while writing absolute nonsense. His obliviousness became a meme of its own, and honestly, he earned it. As things spiraled further, fans uncovered older rumors of sketchy financial behavior. Some recalled seeing Chrisean pay for everything, while he mysteriously claimed he was investing. Others remembered him bragging about big plans that sounded suspiciously like pyramid schemes with extra laziness added. These resurfaced stories created a new wave of speculation. Was this scandal the result of incompetence, greed, immaturity, or all of the above? The internet diagnosed him with main character delusion within minutes. Public outrage grew louder by the hour. Some viewers demanded accountability. Others demanded forgiveness. A few demanded a documentary because, honestly, this storyline had more twists than an M. Night Shyamalan movie marathon. People camped in the comment sections waiting for updates like they were watching a live countdown to embarrassment. Even rival fan bases who normally never interact came together just to witness the circus. It was a historic moment in internet unity. Everyone agreed. The drama was too entertaining to ignore. The reaction channels milked this scandal like dairy farmers in overdrive. Every hour, a new video dropped with titles like "Chrisean finally responds," "Husband speaks out, and new evidence just dropped." These creators didn't even wait for verified information. If a pigeon flew past the house, they uploaded a theory. If Chrisean blinked differently, they claimed it was a sign. The desperation was hilarious, but effective, because every video gained thousands of views from people craving updates. Even bigger influencers and podcasters got involved, chiming in with long rants about relationships, crime, red flags, money, loyalty, and whatever random philosophical point they felt like making. These commentaries felt less like insights and more like auditions for a talk show. Some statements made sense, but most sounded like drunk uncles trying to explain taxes. Yet people watched because the chaos was irresistible. And just when viewers thought the scandal couldn't get any worse, another twist hit. Rumors that the investigation was expanding. The possibility of more charges, more revelations, more receipts made the internet collectively gasp. People realized this wasn't just a messy moment. This was a full saga, the kind that evolves like a viral infection of drama. No one knew what part of the story was true anymore, but everyone knew one thing: the next chapter was coming. And it was going to be uglier. By now, the public perception of the couple had shifted dramatically. Chrisean was seen as either a victim of manipulation or a partner who ignored the warning signs. Her husband became the poster child for disastrous decision-making, and the world waited to see which version of the story would dominate the narrative. Every refresh brought new leaks, new sources, new speculation, as if the internet were being written by a team of writers who hadn't slept in weeks. And still, the chaos grew. The aftermath of this scandal didn't unfold quietly. It exploded across the internet like a firework factory catching flames. People expected things to calm down, but instead the tension grew louder, sharper, and more chaotic with every passing hour. Chrisean found herself in the center of a digital hurricane, pulled in every direction by commentary, theories, jokes, outrage, sympathy, and pure, unfiltered curiosity. The scandal didn't just attach to her. It welded itself to her name like a cursed accessory. Everything she posted, said, or even hinted at became a signal millions tried to decode. Her brand took the first major hit. Companies didn't sever ties publicly, but suddenly they weren't reposting her, tagging her, or interacting in any way. It was the type of silence that whispers louder than words. People began analyzing her influence like scientists studying a dying star. Some fans insisted she'd bounce back because chaos is her natural habitat. Others believed this scandal would stain her image permanently. Even supporters who defended her in comment sections felt exhausted, like they were fighting a war with no ammunition left. The emotional battery of her fan base was running on fumes. Meanwhile, her husband became the internet's favorite punching bag. His face turned into reaction memes. His quotes were used ironically. And his entire persona became a cautionary tale for anyone considering dating someone who says, "Trust me," too confidently. People said he walked around with the energy of someone who could ruin your credit score just by breathing near your mailbox. His name became synonymous with bad decisions, poor planning, and fraud schemes that looked like they were organized by raccoons with Wi-Fi. Every new leak made him look worse. And he didn't seem interested in saving his image. The impact on their relationship was immediate and brutal. Fans speculated whether they were arguing behind the scenes, avoiding each other, or planning a united front to fix the mess. Some believed Chrisean would snap and expose everything in a dramatic live session. Others thought she'd dig her heels in and defend him to the bitter end. Every small social media movement, a deleted story, a liked post, a changed profile picture was dissected like it contained secret messages. Even silence was suspicious. Her silence made fans more paranoid, and his silence made fans more disgusted. The distrust around them grew so quickly it felt like watching a building collapse in real time. People commented that the couple gave survival without stability energy. Others joked their relationship was fueled by pure adrenaline and terrible choices. TikTok creators produced mini documentaries about their downfall, complete with eerie music and dramatic narration. Twitter users wrote long threads connecting obscure moments from months ago. The present scandal like detectives who had just cracked an ancient cipher. The couple's entire timeline became a case study in chaos, and then came the debates about accountability. Some insisted Chrisean was a victim of manipulation, dragged into something she never agreed to. Others argued she willingly ignored all the red flags, blinking like carnival lights. A smaller crowd claimed she was involved but too overwhelmed to admit it. These debates grew so heated that people blocked each other over them. Online communities turned into war zones where logical reasoning evaporated and emotional investment dominated. The scandal didn't just expose financial issues, it split fans into factions. Ready to die on whatever hill they chose? The police involvement made things even worse. Reports circulated that investigators were digging deeper, pulling records, questioning associates, and tracing every suspicious transaction. This wasn't a simple case anymore. It seemed like a developing operation. People wondered what would happen if charges were filed. Would she be arrested? Would he take the fall alone? Would they turn on each other? The speculation became so chaotic that legal experts began chiming in uninvited. They gave commentary like they were on a panel for a crime documentary, even though half of them had never read a bank statement. Public perception shifted aggressively, and not in a gentle slope. It was a cliff dive. Chrisean went from being known for chaotic antics to being framed as a potential character in a true crime storyline. Her husband went from being an unknown teen lover to being labeled the fraud baby daddy by TikTok. The internet didn't care about fairness, it cared about entertainment. And this storyline provided more twists than it had any right to. Even fans who wanted to defend her were conflicted, unsure whether she was protecting herself, protecting him, or simply overwhelmed. The emotional toll on her showed in her posts. Her captions became louder, shorter, more defensive, more cryptic. She spoke like someone who desperately wanted to control the narrative but couldn't outrun the storm. Her videos were filled with raw energy, sometimes angry, sometimes hurt, sometimes laughing in disbelief at how insane everything had become. People watched her expression closely, trying to interpret whether she was revealing the truth or hiding something deeper. Her body language became its own subplot in the scandal. Her husband remained disconnected from reality, in a way that both fascinated and irritated the public. He posted motivational quotes as if the FBI might read them and forgive him. He uploaded selfies like this wasn't the most stressful week of his life. Some fans joked he had the emotional awareness of a houseplant. Others swore he was playing dumb intentionally, hoping to confuse investigators. His behavior created new layers of drama every time he opened his phone. As days passed, the aftermath settled into a strange combination of tension, humor, fear, and fascination. People knew the scandal wasn't over. It was just stuck in a slow simmer while new information brewed behind the scenes. There were rumors of more evidence, more witnesses, more digital trails to uncover. It felt like the calm before a second storm, and every viewer sensed it. The suspense hung in the air like a cliffhanger waiting to drop at the worst possible moment by this point. The storyline had transformed into a cultural event, not just a scandal, a saga. People revisited the beginning, compared it to now, and realized this wasn't an isolated incident. This was a long, messy buildup, culminating in an explosion that was still shaking the internet. The consequences were bigger than anyone predicted. Her reputation was wobbling. His reputation was shattered. Their relationship was being held together by duct tape and denial. And the world waited for the next shoe to drop, because if there's one thing everyone agreed on, it's this. The scandal wasn't finished, not by a long shot. And the next chapter might be even uglier, louder, and more unbelievable than everything we've witnessed so far. And if you've survived this entire roller coaster without losing brain cells, dropping your phone, or calling the police yourself, congratulations, you're officially built for this chaos. This wasn't just a story. This was a cinematic disaster wrapped in a crime documentary, sprinkled with romance delusion and topped with the signature drama that only Chrisean can deliver. But don't get comfortable, because with this crew, calm moments are just loading screens before the next. Catastrophe crashes onto the timeline before you run back to your group chat to gossip like your life depends on it. Hit that like button like it owes you back rent. Smash the subscribe button like you're trying to warn the authorities. Drop a comment and let me know what you think. Is Chrisean innocent, clueless, dragged, guilty, or just cursed with men who can't even spell financial stability? And turn on those notifications, because the next chapter of this circus is definitely brewing. And you know Expose Express will have the scoop before anyone else even wakes up. Remember? This channel is the headquarters of chaos, the embassy of scandal, and the premium destination for mess so loud you can hear it through the screen. Expose Express is where the secrets spill, the receipts jump out, and the drama never clocks out, even when the rest of the internet tries to sleep. We don't just report the story, we unwrap it, roast it, season it, and serve it hotter than the comments section during a celebrity breakup. So stay locked in, stay entertained, and stay ready, because if this week taught us anything, it's that the drama never ends. It only reloads. Welcome to Expose Express, where every scandal finds a microphone.